All characters in this game are over the age of 18. Well, okay. Good. They better be. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Also, okay. Individuals suffering anxiety, depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Oh, wow. Should be fun. Playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you know the game's age rating in your region. And you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Yeah. God, I'm gonna have fun editing this, aren't I? Okay. Oh yeah, so this is Doki Doki Literature Club. It's a game that's been around for a while. I haven't actually got a chance to play it. I've seen people play it, but it's a dating sim. So, yeah, should be fun. Should be great. Whew, let's go. Okay, new game. Just enter my name. Max. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Who are you? That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Right. Because everybody was over the age of 18. Correct. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Huh. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. Are you okay, Sayori? She's gonna chase after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. Okay. I guess I'm mean to my friend. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Okay. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. But maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Max. Oh, God. Well, people stare at you for acting weird. I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Wow, insecure. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you don't want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Max, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Wow, I'm a piece of shit. Sayori likes to worry too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. Well, I was talking about how I'm worried about you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I doubt the thought of you becoming a NEET. What's a NEET? In a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? What is a NEET? I'm gonna look it up. Not in employment, education, or training. Oh, wow. God damn. My brother just sent me a picture of something. He's in Scotland right now. I'll put it up. I'll throw it up. Okay, what did Sayori say? Still baby keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. There's only one club for me and it's called the Hellfire Club. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Oh, she's so happy. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Wow. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate at everything inside her head. Okay, you're just mean. So, I guess I'm just mean. Wow. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sorry, I must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Wow. Okay. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You need to wait up for me, it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, then you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Wow, I am on fire. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yeah, let's go. Oh, we made her happy. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. And that statement could have come out straight from my mouth. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of school I rarely visit. Oh. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Girl 1. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Max, what a surprise. How do you know my name? Welcome to the club. How do you know my name? All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh, wow. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says it quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. This music is so loud in my ears. It sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Max. How do we know each other, Monica? Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Max. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Oh my god, Natsuki. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. Ugh. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Oh! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I want to see them. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. I want to see them. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Hell yeah, that's my girl. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Oh my god. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Oh my god. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. My god. Alright. I give her one Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a cup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Coffee. For me. Don't let yourself get too intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. Oh, Monica, stop being such a pick-me. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So it made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori really seemed happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You're probably a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of a debate club last year? Well, To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing around the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd rather much take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new.
This could be the start of something new.
Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. And it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow in this club before we graduate. You're all seniors, right? Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three, and that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Max, what kind of things do you like to read? Smut. No, I'm kidding. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. Close enough. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly pricks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Ooh, she likes manga. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Aw. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually the novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. So Lord of the Rings? Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. I had Thai food. I have heartburn. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books and not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements that usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. That's my girl. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. That's most conversations with me. Anyway. Well, yeah, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh my god. Oh, why's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. You look like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything about you, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! You're being cute right now. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. What do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Oh my god. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing you the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Rory? You, Rory. Not Rory.
Rory! Listen, she's not dead. Well, she is dead, but it's not the end of the world. Well, it is the end of the world. Actually, it's the end of the universe. Oh, no, hang on.
Yuri. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and have Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Max? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. What did I do? Oh, I hit history the entire time. I never said that I would join this club. Sayori had convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Aw. But... I'm sorry, I thought... Max? You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Yeah, fuck yeah you are. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yeah. I'm so happy. Sawyer wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Max, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Relatable. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Max, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sarah and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! The two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Wow. Alright. I'll seek to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. We're writing a poem. Oh, okay. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. I'm gonna go with dark. Oh, anxiety. Whirlwind. Unrequited. Oh, okay. Nightgown. Oh. Fireflies. Oh, okay. Contamination. Tragedy. Oh. Horror. Incongruent. Death. Oh. Graveyard. Wow. Agonizing. Inferno. Shame. The determination. Melancholy. Existence. Wow. Here we go. Unstable. Last. Wow. Okay. Let's check out my poem. Hi again, Max. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Max. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me he didn't want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Max always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. The cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is always messy. It's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Ooh. How come? You and Max have become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. Such a nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I'll make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into your bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's selling, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities to start a club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she looked to me. More than that, she seems to be in the first 2 pages. Crap, I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. Something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? What is it about anyway? Oh my god. Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is entitled The Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, just wanted to make sure I don't actually give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. As soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. While her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. Oh my god. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story. That dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Max? No, it's not that. I mean, I am. I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Isn't that those kinds of stories? They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you were related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, Might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah, are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. That's alright. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company, it's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once you lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and folds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips over to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. Ooh, it's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Let's turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's page and our eyes met. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. Continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I'll turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. It's getting hot. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a little silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. She's also second-guessing all the things that she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Max, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Why are you saying that all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Oh no. We might not have enough time for way too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. Oh my god. I can't do that. I have to have a bookmark. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is in a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. You can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? We're gonna go with Yuri. We've been bonding with Yuri today. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth and ends up covering her whole face. She went like this. He's gonna hate me. You really don't need to do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You use imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, this is a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. It just means, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traced her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason why I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, you are really talkative. And building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Might take you some time. I need to go eat. But it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. She about to talk shit. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Oh my god. After all, is this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the rest of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Wow. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Oh my god. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also like the poem, even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Did you water it down because you think I'm dumb? Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Max. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their own work. They usually do more than to tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem was only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I really was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Max. Ah, me too. Should I show my poem next? Oh my god, I have to do this. Let's go, Sayori. This is a good poem, Max. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm not the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I need water. It's taking too long. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm sitting in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Max. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I love her. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. Can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Forgot to do it last night. Well, that at least makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. So try my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. Came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Hehe. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. So much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. Next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. We'll save Monica for last. If you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. Okay, with the accusatory tone. Harsh. What, you can expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? You don't think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer, maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're so proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough? Well, to each their own, I guess. I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Wow. Yeah, I told you were gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style would make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but they made it fall flat on purpose. Yeah, It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went to it than realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Sad humor here over that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, Monica, you're up. Hi, me. Max. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things, we can do better. Or things we can do better. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway. Want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry about it, Max. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? It's not a bear that we'll all get past soon. That's true. I had Monica in my poem. Hand Monica my poem. Great job, Max. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect it to go something so deep. Guess they underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, allowing them to deeply analyze all the nuances. It take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. You take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. It's the best way to find what kind of style that suits you. Everyone else will be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but always help find what suits you best. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Wink. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. So I'm pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. That's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel. Blind, like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. Just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Wow. So what do you think? It's very freeform, is what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. But the kind of stuff's been done pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines, and performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. Ooh. It's been influencing my poems a little bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. It's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try hard to make it perfect, then you never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. That's how I write. Just write everything down, then edit. Another way to think about it is this. You keep your pen in the same spot for too long. Just get a big dark puddle of ink. It's true. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Oh, I know. So if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica and Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes set on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. They read in tandem. I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. It's for this language. Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss symbolism or something? Clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. Trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Oh my god. So Yuri liked it, and Max did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions on my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Max liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. You're such a pick-me. That's not what I meant. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Max appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Oh my god. I am annoyed. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Max started showing up. Wow. Wish I could grow boobs when I get a boyfriend. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Max! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective than this would have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poem so convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Helps me explain that term, Max. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressing words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not necessarily limiting yourself, so it's a waste. You understand that, right, Max? Sure. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Yuri. Natsuki? You're right, that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's so secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem is cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well and you just told her how you felt. This wouldn't have happened in the first place. I don't know how to read. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, feeling defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps take a walk through my head. So Yuri, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. You'll spare me for having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem out from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki... She really needed to do that. Look across the room. Yuri has a tune buried in her hands while she stares out at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Everything alright? So embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated to being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Max, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Was it the thing about your boobs? Boobs. Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make it up with more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? A lot of fun. Yeah, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Max, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. You do this every day? So your poems turn out even better? I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. Then you look, they was like at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself in newfound determination. Max, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. Surely as we know what Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri, what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. See what they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Max, it's like that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Also, Sayuri still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. Pat Sayuri on the shoulder, and I said that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna do this poem next time, because I need to get back to work. Okay, bye.